Hello! So this is my topology, which consists of two routers, R1 and R2, and four level 2 switches here. And also I connected 5 virtual machines as required. I can also show you the layers of my network topology. As a common practice, I connected the two routers, R1 and R2, using serial port. And each of the routers is connected to the level 2 switches with a fast Ethernet. This is the, for example, R1 and those two connections. Now let's clear the view a little bit, and I will show you how I configured the network. So for the configuration, I used the comments that I summarized here. For communication between the two networks, I used static routing and manually configured the routing of traffic from destinations to a gateway. For example, I wanted R1 to be familiarized about those three destinations that are connected to this gateway. So this is what you can see here. We have three addresses, 1, 2, and 3, that are connected to the gateway of R2. And I also wanted R2 to be familiarized with the connection, the routing that those three addresses are linked to R1 gateway. Also, each of the routers I defined 3 ports, and for the communication between the two routers, as I mentioned, I used serial port. So this is the command that I used to configure it. And those are the commands that I used for each of the Ethernet ports for the configuration part. And now I'm going to show you that it's working. One moment, okay. So here you can see the routing configuration. For example, you can see the 3 addresses that are directly connected to R1. So this is the address that is connected over serial 2/0, and then we have 2 addresses that are connected over fast Ethernet 0/0 and 0/1. And also, as I mentioned, for each router I configured the 3 ports and their addresses, and you can see it here. And just for completeness, I can also show you this exact command from R2 and its 3 ports. Okay, so this is for the configuration part. And of course, I also want to show you that the communication is handling as it's supposed to be, and packets are running in the system. And for this, I will first show you the tracing from PC1 to PC4. So let's run the command. One moment. This is it. You can see that there are 3 hops. First, the connection, specify the connection between PC1 to R1, then to R2, and then to PC4. And now I'm going to send a ping command from PC1 to all the other virtual machines, both from the same local area network and also from different network, so that you can see that packets are running in the system. So first, let's start with PC2. And now I'm going to ping PC3, and then move to the second network. This is pinging to PC4, and also PC5. If I want to, I can also send ping to the router, for example, R1, to the fast Ethernet 0/0 port. And I will just shortly mention that the IP address of each virtual machine was defined according to the required and the specification in the lab. And for example, I can show you the IP of PC1. It's written here, the IP address and the gateway. And the very last thing that I want to mention, just to show you that as required, I used the Cisco images. So first let me show you for the level 2 switch. So that you can see that I used Cisco images. So also here in level 2. And I'm also going to show you the exact same command for the router, just for you to see the specification of the image. And this is it. Thank you for listening, and bye bye.